Hi there, YouTubers. I'm going to be filling out page 3 of my Intercept Shield U.S. typeset book right after this. Alright, so the first part of this page are dimes, starting with the capped bust. This is a cap bust dime that I bought a long time ago, probably at the Grants Pass Caveman Coin Club show in the 90s at some point. Like I said, I tried to find a lot of my type coins back then, so a lot of the ones that I have are older. It's not a very good example because that's what I had the money for back then. Next would be the Liberty Seated with just stars. This one I just got at the Portland Coin Show here in 2021. Then I got a Liberty Seated with arrows. This is probably, this 1853 might be the worst coin that I've put in this book so far. It really needs upgraded. Not really sure where I got that one. I've had it for quite a while though. Then we got a Liberty Seated with legend. So yeah, it has the United States of America around it. This is a 1877. This one is actually a Carson City. It's hard to see on there, but it is. I think I won this in a raffle at the Coin Club back when I belonged to the Caveman Coin Club. Then we got this 1898 Barber dime. It's not in the greatest condition, but it looks a little better than some that have just been worn flat. I got this one from my dad at some point, not sure where he got it. Probably found it in a junk box. And then this one just came out of my grandpa's hoard of silver coins. It's a 1942 Mercury dime. Nothing too special about this one. I just picked out a nicely toned one. I can probably replace it at some point with an uncirculated. But for now, this one's going to be in the book. So that's row number 1. Let me push these down and we'll move to the second row. All right, so here goes the second row. Only 4 are coins in this one, but they're kind of neat. So first one is a Roosevelt silver. Again, this probably comes from my grandpa's hoard of silver coins. He kept a lot of them from when, you know, silver came out of circulation in the 60s. Next would just be a Roosevelt clad, and here I have a 1977 proof. So the next coin is a 20-cent piece. For this, I got this 1875 Carson City. Should be able to see the CCs on that one pretty well. 20 cents. These didn't used to sell for much of a premium over just a S. So I know I bought this in the year 2000. I was in college. I bought it on eBay. Yeah, I spent a whopping $55 on it. And then the first of our quarters, I've got this 1835 bust quarter. It has seen better days. Again, it's one of the most worn out ones that I'll put in here. Had this one a long time. I'm sure that I bought it in probably the late 90s at the Grants Pass Coin Club show. Yeah, and I know it was one of the last type coins I bought at that show. in my youth, because despite it being so worn out, it was a little more money. And then, yeah, after that, when I went to college, I kind of didn't go to that show for a couple of years. So anyways, that's row number 2. And we'll move on to the third row after I press these down. All right, so the third row here is all quarters. First one is the No Motto seated quarter, which I just picked up at the Portland Coin Show this last weekend. That fit in there nice. Then we got the seated quarter with arrows, which I also picked up at that show. Got those from the same dealer. Pretty good price. Then I've got this 1876 seated quarter. Doesn't seem to have any mint mark. So it's Philadelphia. I'm sure I probably won that at the from the coin club at some point, because I know I didn't have a seated quarter for a long time. My example from my mid-90s collecting was actually one that had been counter stamped that I found in a junk bin. I don't know why I decided that was good enough at the time. Then I've just got this 1909 Barber. It's pretty worn too. Not sure where I got that one. Had it for a long time though. I probably picked it up in a junk silver box at some point. And then I got this 1917 Standing Liberty Type 1. It's about uncirculated. It's about as nice as anything in this book. And I bought that at Monty's coin auction during the summer in a heat wave. And that is the third row. So just one more row to go. Okay, so here goes the last row of page 3 here. So it starts with the Standing Liberty Variety 2. This is 1925. I purchased this one at a coin shop in Corvallis, Oregon, back when I went to college there. I actually had one of those Whitman 20th Century albums, and I purchased that one special to kind of fill that in. And then I ended up giving the album to a friend of mine with some of the like lower quality coins in it. I didn't throw in those nice silver ones. Let's see. Also got this 1963 Washington silver quarter here. This one is uncirculated. I got it in a junk drawer back in the mid-90s, because there's just not a premium on them back then, even uncirculated. I got a 77 proof for my Washington clad. And now comes kind of the oddball of this book. There's a spot for a Washington 2009 clad. And I have a feeling that they expected things to kind of go back, you know, and I'm not sure why they didn't put the state quarter here, but we could put one of the new Washington crossing the Delawares in there, which I think they kind of expected that something like this would be next. And instead they moved on to the national park quarters. So I do have this Mount Hood proof clad, really nice looking national park quarter. So I'm gonna stick that in here for now. Yeah, I might replace it with a proof Washington crossing the Delaware at some point, but I don't have one of those yet. I do have that uncirculated one there, but it's, yeah, I'll go with this since I purchased it for this book. So let me press these down and we'll be done with this page. All right, so there it is, complete from dimes down to newest clad quarter. This is page 3, and next page will be mostly half dollars. And I do have all the coins now for it, so be watching for that video. Hope that you've enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.